half cuts. This is our under bust, and then this is our waist. Our shoulder, bust point, under bust, and our waist measurement. So we took your measurements: shoulder 8, bust 10, waist 9, under bust 9 also. So you add your allowance to it. It's 2, 2, and 2. Now you connect everything together. This is what you're going to get. So we're working with free hand. So we have our shoulder, bust, under bust, and our waist measurements. Your bust divided by 4 plus 2 inches allowance. Under bust divided by 4 plus 2 inches allowance. Waist is also the same. Now you come here and then you take your nipple apart measurement. Your nipple apart measurement is measuring from one nipple to the other nipple. Whatever measurement you get, you divide it into 2. So on nipple apart measurement for somebody that is plus size, it's 10. So that is 5. Then you had 1 inch allowance to it, making it 11. So that is 5.5. So we're going with 5.5 for our nipple apart measurement. So you mark the 5.5 at the under bust and at the bust point. Now at your right hand side, you mark 2 inch. At your left hand side, you mark ½ inch. On the nipple apart line, 2 inch, ½ inch. Now you come and then you take your nipple point, which is from your shoulder to where your nipple is. You take your nipple point measurement. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So my nipple point measurement, I'm going with 11.5. So this is my nipple point measurement. Now this is my nipple point measurement. Under my nipple point measurement, I'm going to come down by 1 inch and mark. Up by ½ inch and mark. So we have ½ inch and 1 inch. ½ inch above our nipple apart measurement. Below we took 1 inch. Now this is it. Now you come to your armhole. So we got 9. That was excluding the 2 inches allowance that we put. Then you divide what you have into 2. That is 4.5. Now from the 4.5, you drag it up to the 1/2 inch that is above your nipple point measurement. So this is what you do. Here. Now down, down. Then this is where you give it a curve for somebody that is busty. And this is what you get. Then you take it down. Now from your nipple point, take it out also. Down ½ inch, 2 inch for somebody that is busty. Now you're going to put your allowance on the side. So we have 2 inch here, ½ inch here. So we're supposed to put 2.5 inch allowance here. So you put your 2.5 inch allowance. Now you're going to cut that from the cloth. Put it here. Now from here, you put ½ inch or 1 inch. From here, you add your sewing allowance. So this is us adding our sewing allowance. Here. To the 2.5 inch. And the next thing we're going to cut. So let me go through it again. We have your shoulder measurement, we have your bust, your under bust measurement, and your waistline. Your bust measurement at your bust point, you divide your bust measurement into 4, you put it down, and then you put your 2 inches allowance. Under bust measurement, divide it into 4, mark it down, and then you add your 2 inches allowance. Same with the waist, divide it into 4 and then add your allowance to it. Then the next thing you're going to do, you're going to take your nipple apart measurement. Now this is a nipple apart line. You take your nipple apart measurement, this is a nipple apart line, and then you mark it at your waistline, also mark it at your bust line, you mark it at under your bust line. So you draw a straight line like this. At the right hand side of your nipple apart measurement, which happens to be this side, you mark 2 inches for somebody that is busty. You mark 2 inches because the cup has to be deep. And then at the left hand side, you take ½ inch Now you divide your armhole measurement into 2. Then from there you draft it to meet the half an inch. How about this half an inch? Then you also measure from your shoulder to your nipple point. So these are shoulder to our nipple points. This happens to be it. Above it we took half an inch. Underneath it we took 1 inch. So this is it. 1 inch, half an inch. So we drew from the armhole now to the half an inch that is above the nipple point. Then you cut it out. You're going to get this is how it's actually going to look like. Now you can now go ahead and cut your neck width. So neck width 3. I'm going with the queen Anne neckline. Measure the length that you would want for the neck width, the deepness of what you'll be working for the neck width. So 6. Then come in mark 3 also. Add 1 inch to the down here. Now from here you take it. And this is what you're going to get. Then from here you dip in it how you want. So this is what we have, and then you cut it out. Next, we'll be doing the stitching in the next video, so you have to follow me. If you have any question, we can ask. There's no YouTube channel, we are not gatekeeping. So now this is what we're going to, this is what the neck you're going to get. So this is the final outlook. So this is the final outlook. This is how it's actually going to look like when you're done. If you have any question, you can ask. Next video will be doing how to fix your pad and also how to stitch it with your breaking lines. Now this is actually called a breaking line. You don't have I'm not actually going to pad it. When I'll be doing the next video, I'll be doing the video without padding. You can actually get your cup even without you padding it. The bust is still going to stand, and I'm going to show you that how I usually sew it to make the bust stand even without you padding it. So that is it. If you have any question, you can ask on the comment section. I'm available to answer you.